And we are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast. Are here. We are in motion. We do this thing and taking off fast. We are here and we are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coast in, and everything is gonna be all right. Today we gonna talk about being out of the way. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about the first time you mess up, I'm out. The first time you mess up, I'm out. I'm out of here as soon as you show any signs of trouble, any red flag, anything that I should be concerned about, anything that I don't like, anything that I told you not to do, anything that I don't think looks familiar, anything that makes me feel uncomfortable, anything that I have to learn about, anything that I have to understand, anything that I'm not feeling, I'm out of here. Now, a lot of people say that this is the way they're going to be, or this is the way that they are. Some people are telling the truth. A lot of people really aren't being that way. But what we want to take a look at today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show is we want to take a look at why we would get to the point of saying that as soon as you mess up, I'm out. The first time that you mess up, I'm out. The first red flag that I see, I'm out. Why would we get to that point, and what gets us to that point? You know, I don't know about you, but I have this thing about being controlled by my past. Now, I'm definitely influenced by my past, the good things that have happened in my past and the bad things that have happened in my past. But what I don't like to do, or what I try not to do, yeah, that's probably a better word. What I try not to do is I try not to let my past dictate exactly where my future is going to go, because there were times in my past when I wasn't doing that well. So should I repeat that, or should I let that be the most motivating factor in trying to be successful? Even at times when you may be down in your world, down in your life, down in your situation, there are still good experiences that you may have, and there were still good people around when you were going through whatever you were going through. And I know that that's my story. So I don't like for my past to tell the whole story. I don't want, I mean? I don't want, past be like, oh, the end all be all, the end all be all. We don't want to do it like that. We don't want to do it like that. First of all, let me make sure. Are we coming in loud and clear? Can y'all hear me? I see the meter. I see the meter running, but I want to make sure from the people who are listening, if you can hear the sound of my voice and you understand, let me know. Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, there were times in my personal life when maybe my money wasn't straight, maybe the health of my people wasn't straight, but there were also, good things happening at the same time. And sometimes we tend to forget about that. But when we get to the point where we are saying, yo, man, when I'm dealing with somebody new, when I'm dealing with somebody unfamiliar, if they do anything that I don't like, if they do anything that reminds me of what somebody else did, then I'm going to be out. And we probably need to ask ourselves, is that a fair way to be to ourselves, not even to the other person? Let's take the other person out of it for a minute until we get our footing together. Let's take the other person out of it until we can really, really assess what we have for ourselves. Is it fair for us to cheat ourselves out of an experience that may be positive because something that looks like what's happening now, or one little piece of what's going on right now, has made us fearful that we're going to go down that negative road? Let's take a look at that. What's going on, Stacy White? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. And also, Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita. Always a great time. Always good to see you. That's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show, and we are talking about, we are portraying, we are emanating, we are giving off the energy that the first time you mess up, I'm out. Now, I would imagine that we reserve this type of energy, this type of saying, this type of action for people that we don't know very well. We probably reserve this way of being for new people who are unfamiliar with us, people who we are trying to get to know, people who we are trying to get a feel for, people who we are trying to get comfortable with. Because the other people in our lives have already messed up. They already on their second, third, fourth, fifth chances. If we like them enough, we probably have stopped counting. Have you ever been so cool with somebody, so in love with somebody, and they have had so many redeeming qualities that you stop counting? You stop counting their mess ups, that you stop counting their missteps, that you stop counting their mistakes, that you stop counting their little things that they may have even been doing on purpose, because maybe those things didn't hurt, and maybe you understood where it was coming from. Maybe you knew a little bit about their background. Maybe you were even instrumental in them being the way that they were. Like our kids. You can't count every time your kids mess up. You're gonna run out of fingers and toes doing that, because they're learning. And people who we have grown with, advanced with, came up with, we know that they've had to learn some of the hard lessons that we've had to learn ourselves. So we may excuse when they mess up again and again and again and again, even if there have been big gaps in between when they have messed up. We're probably not going to face them with the, yo, if you mess up one more time, I'm out, unless they have done things on purpose or so catastrophic or irritating to you that you've had enough of them too. But when we talk about the first time you've ever messed up, or should we say, when we talk about the first time you mess up, I'm out. I am out. OWT. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. When we start talking about that, we are kind of talking about a whole different animal. We're talking about a new thing. New thing, new thing, new thing, bad things, brother. So, what are we really talking about when we say the first time you mess up, I'm out? That's a heck of a declaration to make to somebody that you're trying to get to know. When you really think about it, would you stand for that if somebody told you that? If they told you, listen, the first time you do something that I don't like, or the first time that you do something that I told you that that offends me or whatever, the first time you blah, 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 you can forget about it. Lose my number. Don't come around, and I don't want to see you no more. And I don't want to, there's no discussion. If somebody told you that, would you comply? Would you comply? Some of us may have already complied with that. Some of us may have already said, well, it's understandable that you would be that way. After all, you have the right to get comfortable with somebody. You have the right to be respected. Cool. But there may be instances where you wouldn't go for that. Like, for example, if you got a new job and your bosses told you, listen, the first time you make a mistake here, we got to let you go. Like, you might ask, well, is that like provisions of the probationary period? Like, do you have that in writing? Or like, the first time I met, what exactly does that mean? What does messing up mean? You will probably ask that. because it's a valid question. The time that it takes to fill out an application, send a resume, wait for a call back, get a an interview, be made a job offer, start on the job, and all of that. Those things take time. So to say that, or to be told that the first time you mess up, then you cutting it, you probably wouldn't appreciate your job saying that. You probably would march your ass right down to HR. I know you should. I know you should, because what does that mean? Ain't no way you gonna tell me that's official. I can see if maybe you worked at like a nuclear chemical plant, whereas if you cause the spill, it could endanger the health of hundreds of thousands of people. Even with that, it's probably not written that the first time you mess up, we are moving on from you, or you're fired, terminated, you're out of here. So, what would get us to that point where where you would either tell somebody that or accept that from somebody telling you that? Because if you're trying to get to know something, like on that example with the job, you may you may have had experience at the job, but getting used to that particular account where you are, there may be a learning curve. You may have to get to know the people, get to know your superiors, get to know the landscape, get to know a whole lot of things. So for somebody to make the threat that they're going to get rid of you if you just make a mistake, like that, where in the world are mistakes severely punished that way? First time you mess up, I'm out. I said the first time you mess up, I'm out. I'm not playing around with you no more. So the first time, you're going on tour, and you're going on tour solo, no team, no band, and I'm going to let you know that I'm not putting up with it. I can take your number and just forget it. I'm not calling you. I'm not seeing you. I'm not being around you. I ain't playing with you. You and your peoples, y'all can get to stepping. I used to know you now, but I ain't repping nothing of your set. And you can forget all the times that I even let you hit. I don't know. Stacey White says, I don't think no one should do a background check on you if you have not put your private life on social media. Okay. But what does that have to do with the first time you mess up, I'm out? And are we even really telling the truth when we say that? When we say that to people, are we basically trying to create a deterrent? Are we trying to deter them from messing up? So we're throwing the warning out there, like, listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, I've been through a lot. I've been hurt. I've been shot up. I've been stabbed. I've been choked out. I've been hit hard. I've been knocked out. I've been on a gurney. I didn't had long hospital stays. I didn't sat on the shrink's couch. I didn't had to go through everything. I done seen it all, been through it all, everything negative you can think of. I've damn near been there. So I don't really have no time to be making for nobody that's not trying to represent. So I suggest that you keep it tall with me. I'll keep it tall with you. You come small with me, and I'm letting go of you. The first time, though, the first time. So you see, the thing about declaring that you're going to cut somebody off the first time that they mess up is that how can you be clear about when the first time that somebody messes up would be? How can you be 100% clear on that? And let me make myself clear now. For example, let's say romantically you were dealing with somebody, like you met them and they were good looking, very appealing to you, and y'all was kicking it, and let's say by the way that they were acting, you weren't 100% sure that they were pouring all of their concentration into you. You weren't sure if they didn't have some residual effects coming from a previous relationship. So maybe it looked like they were still in love with their ex, still kicking it with their ex, still involved with their ex, especially if they have like children with one of their ex. And you know, when you have children with somebody, you have to interact with them. Some people don't seem to understand that or accept that, but it's true. And if you don't have any interaction with the mother or father of your children, then what are we doing? What are we doing? So maybe it looks to you like, because somebody that you're dealing with who is brand new to you, maybe it looks like that because they have an amicable working relationship with their baby mom or their baby dad, maybe it looks to you like they still love each other, they still appreciate each other, they still want to be with each other. Maybe that's the way it looks to you because you're not used to seeing anybody have a healthy relationship with the other parent of their children, and it be, you know, not on some old baby, I'm back. No, not. Maybe you're used to it being so toxic when couples break up, especially when they have children, that you know you seeing somebody work it out and not even talk bad about their children's other parent. Maybe to you it looks like, oh well, this must have been why he didn't text me at 4:30 like he was supposed to, because he was probably busy texting her or being with her or talking to her. So I'm out. Now I'm thinking that the only reason that you're probably going to even react that way and be out on a person is if you really wasn't digging them or interested in really getting to know them, be with them, get with them, whatever. Because if it was somebody that you really like, I'm thinking that rationally you're gonna be like, all right, well, let me find out if what I'm thinking is true. Let me find out if what I'm feeling is real. Let me make sure that my intuition or my premonition or whatever word I need that ends in TION, let me make sure that it is what I'm trying to qualify it to be, or what I think it looks like, or what I say it is. Let me be sure. So, what we doing? What we doing, y'all? You know, the first sign of trouble. Who hasn't been hurt in a relationship at some point? Who? Who hasn't been through the relationship ringer? Who hasn't been in a toxic relationship or an unhealthy relationship? Who hasn't been in a relationship where you felt unfulfilled? Who hasn't been in a relationship where you felt like the time that you spent was really the time that was wasted? Who hasn't been in a relationship where the scales were unbalanced? Who hasn't been in a relationship where one was the giver and the other one seemed to be a taker? Who hasn't been in all of these situations? We probably all have. We probably all have been in these situations where things weren't so good for us. But did we allow those situations to govern the rest of our lives, especially if we didn't stay with that person? You know how we always say, like as men, men never want to be um, put in the same category or have to pay for the sins of any boyfriends, fiancés, spouses, and baby fathers that have come before them. Men are very sensitive about that. I would think that women are probably just as sensitive about that, you know. So for us to put somebody else in that category, blaming blaming somebody's ex for the way that they are. Oh, you just scared to love because the last person who loved you didn't love you. Oh, you just scared to give yourself because give of yourself because the last person you gave of yourself to took unfair advantage of it and just walked all over you. Oh, you are reluctant to give anything to anybody, buy anything for anybody, gift anybody anything because the last person you was with was so unappreciative and so selfish that it discouraged you from ever wanting to give anybody anything for a long time. You know? Hmm. Yeah. So the first time you mess up, I'm out. That sounds like, to me, that sounds like evidence of an abusive situation, a toxic situation, a less than fulfilling situation. It just doesn't sound like something that stems from just regular good safety and security. Safety and security. How can you be in a situation? How can you be in a relationship or a marriage where there's no safety and there's no security? Why would you want to be in a situation where somebody's not looking out for you to make sure that you're okay? Why would you want to be in any type of situation where somebody is not concerned with your well-being, physically and mentally and emotionally? Why would you want to be in a situation like that? Well, some people put themselves in that situation. Some people allow themselves to be put in that situation. And some people create those situations. Create them. You know, you can create anything in your mind you want to create for yourself. You can conjure up anything in your mind if you know how to control your thoughts and your thinking process. Even through hypnotherapy. Like my man we had on the show, my man Belvin Jessup, he teaches people how to control their thoughts, how to get in touch with the subconscious so you don't wind up letting your past control you now. You know, so many tragic things that have happened to people when they were children or when they were younger. Some people have tried to put it out of their minds. Some people are obsessed with reliving them, you know, bringing it up every time they get a chance. And some people are victimized by the events of their past or the way that they used to think in their past. But I'll tell you this, man, you can't get anywhere in the successful part of life without changing the way that you think. In order for you to change anything on the outside of your world, you have to change what's going on the inside of your world. The inside. Start from up here, work your way down. And that's whether you want to lose weight, that's whether you want to get a better job, that's whether you want to be a better parent, husband, wife, friend, son, daughter. You have to, you know, get with your brain to the point where, you know, you're able to start doing the internal work that's necessary in order to start disciplining yourself to make the physical changes that you want to see in your world, personal, professional, and international. What up, Care Bear? Thanks for coming through. Make sure y'all all hit the like button, share the show. I said hit the like button, share the show. I said hit the like button, share the show. Be down with Sun 752. Be down with Make sure that we talk that step. Oh, by the way, hold on. Blog Talk is up, so we'll be able to do that. Um, now, um, don't get me wrong, because we're using the webcam, we won't be able to use the microphone or the sound on the switchboard. But what I can do is what we did before. I can use my phone for the sound, and you'll be able to hear people speak. You know what? Y'all talking, I see y'all in the chat talking about the commercials. See, they switched something up recently where they are controlling the way that the commercials come up. Now, I know for a fact, well, I never heard anybody talk about how they were in show commercials. They got commercials inside the show now. Sheesh. Damn. Uh TD commercial, Care Bear, Big Lots commercial, Temu. Yeah, it's better for me on my end, but I don't like commercials when I'm watching the show. So I don't really mind commercials at the beginning and maybe at the end. And if it's going to be in the middle, make sure it's directly in the middle. Not like for an hour long show every 15 minutes they bombard me like, yo, buy this and buy that. So we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Oh, we have a caller. So this is what we're going, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going. I'm going to call into this show and I will be the receiver. That's what I'm going to do. 319-527-6199. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer me on blog. Wait a minute. We can't have that. Okay. Hmm. Wait a minute. How did I do this? Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's how I did it before. Okay. So, so all right. So this is what we're gonna do. Wait a minute. No, you don't need that. Hold. Okay, caller with the last numbers 4828. Can you hear me? Caller? I do hear you. There you go. All right. So, welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind? Thanks for calling in. Right. Not only that, I'm thinking that all right, now in some instances where somebody in a couple might say something like, "Yo, if you ever cheat on me, then I'm out." Because that makes sense to a lot of people. But if you saying that, regular mistakes like, if you think that somebody's acting shady or if you think that they're lying to you or if you think that they're just not being as truthful to you as you need them to be or want them to be, or if they're just doing something that's unfamiliar to you, that you're gonna be out, then to me, that sounds like you are exhibiting, like, really controlling behavior and not controlling in a good way. You know what I mean? So you're almost as toxic as the person that you're claiming is being toxic towards you. So this is when and look mhm, this is when it sounds like protecting yourself is really offending somebody else. I would yeah, I would probably have to ask if you are really if you are really protecting yourself or like if you're on offense or defense. That's what I would probably have to ask myself. Um, okay. All right. We have a problem. People in the chat are saying that they can't hear. They say it's more so, so, um, yeah, like, hmm. And you know what? I'm thinking it's probably because I'm still using the microphone that's on the switchboard. And even though I turn the sound down, coming across is probably interfering. It's still using the same microphone, even if it's not coming through the speakers. So, So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to summarize what you were saying to the callers, but I'm gonna have to terminate this part of the conversation. But I really appreciate you calling in, and we'll get it together next time. So thank you.
Okay.
All right. All right. Okay. What the caller was saying, and I will summarize it for y'all. What the caller was saying was she doesn't see how somebody could say that they care about a person or are really trying to, even try to get to know a person or get into a person if they would come to you like that, like threatening to cut you off or discontinue whatever y'all have going on because well at the first sign of trouble. And so what I was saying, as y'all heard, was that if you tell a person that if you tell a person that as soon as they mess up, you're going to be out on them, or that you're going to cut them off or whatever, that you're really trying to be as controlling as the person that you are blaming for trying to be controlling to you by being negative. So I'm asking, are you really on offense or defense if you're telling somebody that they better not do this or they better not do that, unless they don't want to be with you? Because you a lot of times you can tell if a person is feeling you or not. You can tell if they are trying to get into you or not. And you have the choice about whether to accommodate that or leave that part alone. So if you choose to accommodate that, or if you choose to be there to learn and grow and develop with a person, you know, giving out threats and being all extra controlling, that's not really the way to go. So going forward, even though I want to use the webcam, if I'm going to see ahead of time that I'm going to have callers call in, let's do it this way. Like on the Urban Therapy with Sun shows, from now on the weekends, I'll use the phone. I'll use the phone because we're doing the shows long enough in order to take callers. During the week, during the weekdays, I can use the webcam because we're not really in a space where we can have enough time to take callers. So we'll do it like that. Webcam on weekdays, phone on weekends, so we can take those callers and get it popping. We'll do it like that. You know, and I mean that might work out really well anyway, because then that'll give us different looks. Give us different looks, baby. Okay. 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 So yeah, going on with this. The first time you mess up, I'm out. Now, when we talk about somebody messing up, we can be talking about somebody making a mistake. So, like, I might do something. Now, I'm hoping that nobody is this petty if they are a full-fledged adult, full-grown adult. But let's say, a person doesn't. Have you ever dealt with anybody that was very scary? They scared of everything. Scared of bugs, scared of dogs, scared of cats, scared of birds, scared of frogs, scared of crickets, scared of heights, scared of water, scared of speed, scared of slow, scared of everything. I've known some people that were so phobic about damn near everything. And it's not always easy to deal with a person who is like that. So what if that a person is kind of scary, so you scared them? I don't know, jumped out behind a closed door and boo. Ah! All right, you know what? Nobody scares me. I'm out. Well, you messed up. You knew. I told you I was scared of everything. I told you I was scared of everything. I told you I was scared of mice. I told you I was scared of bats. I told you I was scared of pigeons. I told you I was scared of doves. I told you I was scared of walls. I told you I was scared of basements. I told you I was scared of attics. I told you I was scared of ladders. I told you I was scared of step stools. I told you I was scared of treadmills. I told you I was scared of walkers. I told you I was scared of steppers. You know, steppers, like, you know, like step, then round, back and forth. Let me see how you love. I'm scared of everything. And you did it. I'm out. You know, how would you deal with a person that's on that type time? Like, dag. I mean, I know you told me you was scared of everything, but all I said was boo. Yeah, but you knew it was dark when you said boo. It was only dark because it was the first Sunday of daylight savings time and it got dark at 6 o'clock. Slow down, baby. Slow down. Damn. I didn't mean to turn you off. I didn't mean to turn you off. Let me see. All right. Care Bear says nobody wants to walk around on eggshells. Yeah. Like, I really like this girl, but you know, like, dang, you know, she already done warned me. She already done warned me that if I mess up, I'ma be baddie. I'ma be baddie-less. She's a baddie, and I'ma be baddie-less if I do anything wrong. I might can keep from cheating, but I ain't know I was gonna be kicked. I ain't know I was gonna be kicked to the curb because I said I ain't like eyelashes. I got kicked to the curb over eyelashes. Oh, eye weave wearing hoe. You know, people, you know, somebody gets broken up with, sometimes they act like, you know, like they was never in love in the first place. Ain't nobody around now, I can call them. Ain't nobody around now, I can call them. Ain't nobody around now, I can call. I can call them. Said ain't nobody around now, I can call them and ask them what really went wrong. Ain't nobody around now, I can get on the horn and try to sing them that song. I'm sorry, baby, I wouldn't hurt you again. I was trying to be more than just a friend, and we was doing so well. I felt like we gelled, and now I feel like I've been sent to hell. All I want to be is yours. I want to be your boy. I ain't trying to be your boy. I'm trying to score. I'm trying to never treat you like a whore. And if you're gonna be a whore, I want you to be the whore of this boy. Yeah, come on now, give me another chance. Don't treat me just like Biggie. But if you gotta treat me just like Biggie, then you gotta be my faith. Understand what I'm talking about? I ain't really trying to be the one that's out, trying to be the outside looking all in. I'm trying to get with you. I ain't committing no sins. You. What we got? What we got? Walking around on eggshells. Walking around on eggshells. Nobody wants to be in a situation like that. Nobody invites situations like that into their world. Do they? Do they? I don't think so. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, and we are talking about the first time you mess up. I'm out. We talking about the first time you make a mistake, and I'm out. Who has had somebody do this to him before? Who knows somebody who knows somebody? Who has had somebody do this to them before? Even if somebody doesn't do it, if you know how somebody is, if you know that they have a quick temper and they are quick to cut the head off the snake, and they put people in positions where they always look like a snake and they ready to mongoose them. Like, who has been there? Who has been there? Has it happened to you? Have you done it to others? I'm over here looking for things. I lost it something. I'm over here looking for things. I'm looking for something, a thing. Oh, there you go. There we go. I was looking for this handy dandy nail clipper. Handy dandy nail clipper. Click, click, clip, 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 clip. But yeah, nobody wants to invite those types of situations into their lives. Those are just it's just one of those things where when you get there, you've already gotten there. You know, you got to that party way too early. They ain't even finished setting up. You got to the bad part of the party early. You know, they said ladies in before in for free before 11, and your masculine ass got there at 9. Like, maybe they let me in free too. Can I get in free if nobody there? I'll drink. I'll start drinking now. I'll drink and start buying drinks. I'll get on the. I'll even help the DJ set up. I'll help him set up. You know, he could do sound check. He could do sound check. We simulcasting on the radio. I help simulcast on the radio. The first time you mess up, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Like I said, we wouldn't tell our kids that. We would never be able to honor it. If you love somebody enough to marry them, you wouldn't tell your spouse that. First time you mess up, I'm going to the divorce lawyer. Anybody who has ever gotten divorced and needed a divorce lawyer knows that divorce ain't cheap. Nothing ever dealing with a lawyer is cheap. That's why when people be talking about suing and all of that, hopefully they talking about accident cases. You know, accident victims. We got in a car accident. I slipped and fell on somebody's icy walkway walking by their house and all that kind of shit. Situations, litigations where lawyers only get paid or ask for money when they win the cases. And they only do that in cases where they are 100% absolutely sure that they're going to win. You notice when somebody talks about suing somebody where it's not an accident and where there isn't a clear-cut victim, you notice that a lot of people don't ever really follow through with that unless it's money big enough to be able to cover those lawyer fees. It ain't, getting a lawyer ain't fun. Whether it's a divorce, whether it's whether you're litigating over money that was lost, stolen, embezzled, mishandled. Like, you ever wonder why certain celebrities, they blame their money handlers, like their financial advisors and lawyers and managers and people like that for stealing their money? You ever notice that they never sue their asses? They'll sue their record company for not, paying them out the royalties because it's worth it. Other than that, suing a person, the money that it takes to have a lawyer investigate stuff, you get to thinking like, well, they stole 10,000 from me. and I'm gonna spend 20,000 trying to get the 10,000 back. Now, of course, I'll sue for more than the 10,000, but it looks like I'm gonna just be breaking even. That was all sidebar. My bad. But yeah, when we're talking about the same topic in terms of relationships is concerned, you know, we're not talking, if we're talking about a mistake that somebody may have made and you are just waiting for them to mess up. How can you say you like somebody or feeling somebody or really want to get interested in somebody or trying to build something with somebody if you are just waiting for the first slip up for them to make so you can have your ass out? What are you looking for, bragging rights on social media? You know how people on social media, you know how people on social media are. They can't wait to make a status about yeah. First sign of trouble. Well, if you don't see none of my boyfriends pictures on my wall no more or in my photos, it's because him and his baby mom was kicking it with their son. Like what? They was kicking it with their son. He must think I'm stupid, and I'm not. Ain't no reason that him and his baby mom gotta be together just for them to go to no Chuck E. Cheese. Only couples take their kids to Chuck E. Cheese together. Didn't you say that he was having a party at Chuck E. Cheese? Yeah, and you know how many parties I've been to at Chuck E. Cheese and the dad wasn't nowhere around? It's a common thing. I don't know about all people, but with my people, it's a common thing. We have birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese all the time, and ain't no dad. I ain't never known no dad to pay for no Chuck E. Cheese. I don't even know if he paid for this. Well, I heard he did, and that's how I know they messing around. If he paid to have a party at Chuck E. Cheese, then they together. They fucking. So no, the engagement is off. The marriage is off. The relationship is over. Come get your shit, but make sure it's only your shit because I'm not giving back nothing that you didn't give. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? Picking up the rear. We about to be up out of here. But I appreciate you. And you know that. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, that's what we're working with. That's what we're working with. First time you mess up, I'm out. I'm out. He my ex for a reason. What you talking about? It's your first day. Y'all just broke up. He don't even know you broke up with him yet. He know because he should know because he know how I am. He must not know what my inbox look like. He can be replaced today. 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 I'm one status away from being engaged again. Today. 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 Matter of fact, his ass want to be slick. I got the brand new woman filter. I'm about to post some photos of myself with the I'm available as long as you want to be married by the weekend filter. Married by weekend filter. These pictures are about to be epic. These pictures are about to be epic. 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 He's out with the old. I'm in with the new. We about to do these birthday shout outs, y'all. We about to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious, glorious. November 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Lamont McLaurin turning 60 years old today. And also Milana Williams. Turning 48 years old today. And Tristan Stevens turning 42 years old today. And Rosie Pooh Caldwell turning 53 years old today. And Dookie Platts, happy birthday to you. And Betty Hinton, happy birthday to you, turning 61 years old today. And also Nancy Evans turning 66 years old today. And Michelle Williams. Make sure. Turning 64 years old today. Hold on. Okay. And Naira Jenkins turning 57 years old today. And Mick Swizzle Nietzsche turning 49 years old today. And Tiffy Bryant, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Mika Arch, happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious November 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, man, listen, yeah, man, listen, man, listen, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll say this. This is what I'll say. If you really like somebody, you're probably going to put up with more than you should at certain times, or you're probably going to allow your understanding, your compassion, and your tolerance govern the day a little bit more. Because that's kind of how we are when we want something. When we see that something is worth it, when we see that something has a greater upside, then we tend to be a little bit more tolerable. We tend to make sure that something really is what we think it is, say it is, feel like it is, more than we might with something that's fleeting, passing, or just doesn't seem like it's going to pay out like that slot machine will over there. And this has nothing to do with money. Not directly. It can, but this has everything to do with your heart. Don't let your exes decide how your next will be, because it kind of boils down to that. Don't let your bad times with somebody or your down times with somebody else be the measuring stick for how you develop yourself, your love, your feelings, and your situation going forward. Don't let them have Don't let the past and don't let your people in the past have the power over your right here and now. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow. Somewhere around, 11, 12 o'clock. Between 11 and 12 o'clock. I mean, let's just be realistic. For another Daily Go Getimism show. I want to thank y'all for coming on through. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. That's love, baby.